What up? Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. On this show, we talk about crowdfunding and specifically how you can raise money for a Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign. How can you actually get funding for a new product or idea? How do you get something out there into the world and make it impact on the world, man? Make it impact on the universe. At the end of the day, Kickstarter is there to help you build a brand. And I started this podcast, I started this show for people just like you who want to discover the ins and outs of how to actually launch a campaign, get funding, get attraction, and really get tons of people checking out your project. So in today's podcast interview, you're going to hear from an individual who's raised over $80,000 on Kickstarter for more than 300 backers for a product that they have created in the exercise category. So listen into this episode if you really want to understand what goes into launching a campaign and kind of like the inner crowdfunding mechanics, if you will, that are happening behind the scenes, the things that you might not know about or hear about anywhere else in the world. You're reading like blog articles and you're reading some different stuff online. You're not going to really understand what actually is happening behind the scenes. If you see a massive campaign that's getting thousands and thousands of dollars, really at the end of the day, you have to understand the inner workings to really be able to replicate it, to have the same techniques and tactics that you apply to your own campaign, and to get the same kind of results and funding. So first of all, if this is your first time listening into the show, go and check out some of the other episodes I got out there. We literally got hundreds of episodes. I also got my YouTube channel, which you can check out under the same name, and also my blog, crowdcrux.com. But one of the best resources, I think, for people that are just getting started is really to understand the foundation, right? What do you have to do from a strategic, tactical, and know-how standpoint to get your ducks in a row to not only launch a campaign, but to also hit it big, to really go past your goal, to smash through your crowdfunding campaign goal. If you want to discover that and you're interested in doing a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo, you got to check out my free course. So my free course will literally hold your hand and walk with you step by step in terms of how to launch a campaign on Kickstarter. And if you're interested, all you got to do is enter your name and email to get started getting access to some of these training videos. So you want to check this out, go to the link I'm about to mention. You can write this down or you can remember this. This link is crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter. That link again is crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter, and also include that link in the show notes of today's episode. You can go there, enter your name and email. You can start getting some training videos from me and really get you up to speed quickly when it comes to launching a new crowdfunding campaign. In addition, for those of you who really want to understand, like in terms of, go beyond just the training videos, but really get a complete blueprint, get a something that's going to be able to help you, like kind of like almost like a textbook, if you will, when it comes to launching a crowdfunding campaign. This is really for those of you that really want to be studious about this. You really want to understand what happens and how do you get people to take action to support your campaign, to back it, and you really want to do it right? You want to kind of have a paint by numbers formula, if you will. If that sounds like you and you want to learn more about that, I got a great audiobook out there, and you can actually get a free copy of this audiobook on Audible. And they're doing this promo. All you got to do is get a free trial of Audible, and you can get a free copy of the Kickstarter launch formula. So if you want to learn more about that, just go to the link I'm about to mention at crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio. That link will take you there. crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio. That link will take you there. Without further ado, let's jump right into this episode and discover how this individual is able to track more than $80,000 on Kickstarter for Kit Gym, perform 100 plus workouts anytime, anywhere, and it's coming up right after this. Hey guys, welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. Today we're speaking with a creator who's been able to attract more than 80,000 on Kickstarter and over 331 backers for Kit Gym, perform 100 workouts anytime, anywhere. And we're lucky enough to have a member from the team here on the podcast. Tim, welcome to the show.
Hi Sal, thank you for inviting. Very happy to join you guys here.
Definitely, man. So when it comes to the product, can you tell us a little bit about your role with the project and a little bit about the product as well?
All right. So the product that we handled was Kit Gym, and it was a workout device that is basically based off a Pilates reformer. But as the Pilates reformer only allowed the workout users to do Pilates workouts, this Kit Gym solved that issue by providing like 100 different workouts, including cardio and core and like muscular workouts and basically any workout possible. And our team is called Starget, and we were in charge of the video production and the page production and the campaign management.
So when it comes to the product, how did the creator stumble on this problem? How did they come up with this innovation?
Basically, the creator had a previous product that was a lower version of this, but he really had issues with the assembly, and basically he like started this whole company based off his daughter that really didn't have any time to work out because of her busy work life. So he just wanted to create a workout device for her to work out at home, enjoying her free time and just taking care of her health.
And can for the listeners who can't see the product, you could explain a little bit of like how it works and how they would use this?
All right, so basically this device has a birchwood ply body with a like a like a metal rod that is hanging on both sides so that the users can work out with their legs, and it also has a different holes at the body so you can adjust the handles that are attached to make the workout points on your body like more different, and you can actually work out every type of muscular parts of your body when you work out with Kit Gym.
Got it. And is this like for at home workouts or?
Yes, he designed it for a at home workout, but the creator is actually discussing with other like gyms and classes to provide them with a device for like a group workout as well.
Super cool, super cool. So it's very well, looks like it's very well put together. Do you have any sense of how long they were working on this before it really became a full-fledged product?
You mean like how long they used? I mean, they developed the product, or?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the creator had over 10 years of experience in the workout device field. So he used to make like treadmills and other like heavy machine workouts.
Okay, so they kind of had an experience, it sounds like, in the industry, and then from that they had an idea, and then they started to execute more heavily, right, on the project.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and how long were they working on the campaign before it really went live with this Kickstarter here?
Okay, so for it, the duration for the prep is basically like our side of the schedule. So we actually filmed this device in Brazil, so, because we have like production teams in Brazil and Italy and in Korea. So we shot the video for about like 1.5 month, and we did pre-launch for like a month. So it cost about like 2.5 months to 3 months before we launched.
Okay, so 2.5 to 3 months before they went live. And for those that are listening and that are hearing about this and the fact that they've gotten a bunch of backers and looks super exciting, what was it like for you guys behind the scenes before you went live with this? Like, what was the kind of conversations that you were having?
Basically, what we really talked about is that there are a lot of workout devices on Kickstarter, and workout devices is like a hot topic on Kickstarter. But we didn't know if this device would actually fit in, because most of the devices had those like kind of high tech, um, like electrical devices implemented, or they really had like a full workout video all set together. So what we did is we filmed like a simple workout video with a Google Drive upload, because we wanted to actually provide the most as possible that can be like a closer to like a 100K campaign. But yeah, we just tried to do all the visual assets to be really competitive in the Kickstarter market within our budget.
And when you're thinking about that, being competitive, what comes to mind? What do you think, creative asset needs to have to really stand out nowadays?
Uh, since we do video production on like any kind of products on Kickstarter, what we really thought was important for Kit Gym was to show how the devices work with almost every kind of major workouts that we were um, like showing on our campaign page. So we really tried to make our models do every single workout that they can on it. So that was pretty hard for the models, but not for us. But yeah, so we tried to show everything that the device can do as much as possible on the video production side, but not to make it too lame or too long on the page.
So basically, a high quality creative is one that shows a lot of the functionality of the product and
Yes, that's
kind of
correct.
gives a sense that there's a lot of this thing can do, right, when it comes to delivering that.
Yes, that's correct.
So when you're kind of thinking that through, like you're brainstorming, right? You're coming up with ideas behind the scenes. How do you decide which settings to actually film the product, or how do you decide where to place it, or the type of model that you're going to have?
Okay, so basically, like the device of the Kit Gym, what really wanted to show that this one device can do almost every workout that you can do at a professional gym like PFit or like any other workout places. So we try. So in the video, well, if the audiences do get to see it, we filmed like I don't know, like 10 to 20 workouts in an actual professional gym, and then we compared it with the Kit Gym working out at home. So we also rented a house setting to show that it can be worked out at home, and then compared it side by side with the workout place like a gym. And then we also used a master bedroom as well because we wanted to show that the device can be slid under the bed and to show that it is really space efficient.
Got it. So you were basically, comparing the two to give the audience like an idea of, oh, okay, I'm going to try and do this workout in the gym, and this is the one I can do at home, right? And kind of giving them that feel.
There was a different device that was really where the campaign ran side by side during our campaign, and the campaign didn't go much as well, in our opinion, because the device on the campaign video on our competitor side was not able to compare it with an actual workout at a gym. So the backers really couldn't relate to it.
Mm. So it's very important for them to be at the forefront of their mind, right? Of the problem of why are they actually using this? What are they using this to replace?
Yes, that's
Right.
correct. To make it look like a real problem solver product on Kickstarter.
For you, what is your skill set? Are you a videographer? Are you a photographer? Are you more on the creative side or more on the analytical side? What's kind of your skill set?
Oh, actually, I am on the marketing side. So our team is comprised of a writer, a story writer with like 14 years of experience, and we have a production crew with like that shot over 100 videos on Kickstarter. But our team is a little bit different because we really like all our marketing team also joins the production team when we are planning the videos out because we really wanted to like make the videos more productive and more marketable, so to speak. So what we do is we plan everything together as one team. So the marketing side does the planning and the production as well, and the video production also joins in on the marketing because they can provide some more like insight where they think like this kind of image can work better with the marketing side and which kind of videos can have a higher ROAS and stuff like that.
And for you, how would you define the difference between being a marketer versus being a content creator, being the one getting the shots, etc.?
Oh, so basically, before I actually started our agency, I used to work at a different crowdfunding agency, and that agency had a whole different department for each section of the crowdfunding course. So they had a different production team, which they only produced videos, and then the marketers only did marketing, and the writers only did the like the planning side. So we really wanted to get that all together, so to speak. So I'm sorry, what was our question again?
So defining kind of the way that you see as marketing as being different, right? Than just getting the shots or getting the video. What role does marketing have? Is it guiding that process or how do you see that?
Oh, okay. So yeah, marketing is different in a way because the marketing team, when we shoot the videos, we really want to try to get every single images and videos that we would like to market, like the visual assets that we would like to run ads with. But we really want that to be in the main campaign video and the page to get the production more smooth, like smoothly ran out. And then we really want the production team, to like just film this video like in 1 or 2 days, and they don't have to go back to the scene and get the page all messed up with different backgrounds and different models and stuff like that.
So it sounds like you're kind of thinking high level in terms of like the objectives that you're trying to hit, right? and then using the experience of creating the page and the video to not only get that action item done, but also to be able to create more content that you can then put out on like social media and, like you said, with ads. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, very interesting. So I love that approach, and I think it also for people that are listening, for someone to go out there and get like a video done or to get really good photos, it seems like so much work. So also thinking about, oh, I can maybe do that with an ad. I could do that on social media. I can take this content, I can use it in many different ways. I actually think it makes it a lot easier as well to really invest in putting in the work, right, to get those different items.
Yes, because we did have some creators in the past where we understand that the creators really want to produce their own videos, but sometimes they really get caught up with their device or product. They think like it's the best thing in the world and they actually forget some marketing points. So we really do think there is a plus side when an agency or like us or a marketer that comes in during the production phase and then to get everything that they think would be marketable to promote the device and to get the creator as well to show what the creator thinks about the device and what they want to sell, what they want to tell the world and to the backers to solve a problem with their device.
If you're worried about the fulfillment and shipping part of your Kickstarter campaign when it comes to getting out all those perks and rewards to your backers, rest assured I've put together a complete Kickstarter fulfillment and shipping checklist for you, and it's free. This is sponsored by the folks at Fulfillrite, and they thought that you should have this checklist as part of your arsenal going into a crowdfunding campaign. If you want to get instant access to this checklist and it's free, you can go to fulfillrite.com/checklist. Again, that is fulfillrite.com/checklist, fulfillrite.com/checklist. Just go to that link and you can download it immediately. Out of curiosity, did anything surprise you when it came to this product or this campaign that you learned about when it comes to the backers, when it came to marketing, or when it came to driving traffic? Did you learn anything from doing this project?
Yeah, so basically, what we learned is that we didn't know that it was gonna be like a success to like every country in the world because we got backers from the Middle East as well, and we were not prepared for a Middle East backer to back one of our projects. So we really had to go back to our shipping partners and get a quote for that as well. But uh, we really didn't know that this device could be marketed to any kind of place in the world, like no matter the race, the weather, or location, or wherever. So we really thought the device um, or Kickstarter was a really global platform to present any kind of new products and ideas in the world.
And when it comes to running the campaign, you're trying to get funding, you're trying to get people checking this out, and like you said, people around the world backing this project. What do you feel like were the biggest channels that led to people discovering the campaign?
The main channels that we ran ads with was Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. But um, the one thing that we really learned is that like running ads on Facebook and Instagram is important as well, but we really learned that pre-launch is very important because during our pre-launch we were able to get the exact like emails from our backers to like sort out how many people would actually pledge for Kid Gym right away on Kickstarter without having to run ads and targeting audiences that we didn't know when we were live.
Got it. So it sounds like a lot was from advertising. Did you also get people from Kickstarter itself checking out the product?
Yes, we had about like 40% was backers that were introduced by Kickstarter, like recommendation pages and searches like that.
What do you say to people that are like, you know what? I don't know if Kickstarter is still as relevant. I don't know if people are still backing campaigns. And you're telling me 40% actually did. What do you say, or where do you think that kind of thinking comes from?
Actually, our team actually has a similar thought as I do on this issue. And the thing is that there are a lot of campaigns that really do not ship after the campaign is over, and they just take the money and just leave. But the issue with that is that like honest creators like Kid Gym creators also get hurt from that. But we really want to show that within the campaign video and the page to show that the product is actually fully like ready and it is actually producible, and the story of the creator is also very like trustworthy. So we really wanted to show within our whole visual assets to provide more like confidence and on our end to show that our product is really good and we're ready to ship, and to show trust to the backers.
If someone comes to you and like, Tim, I'm preparing for a campaign. I got a great product. How do I prove to people that this is something that's trustworthy? How do I show them that this is something I'm serious about and really not fall into that same camp of like, oh, this guy's probably not for real? Do you have any thoughts on how other creators can do that?
Yes. So I think the most important side on the Kickstarter campaign is the videos and page design and the all the visual assets. So if you're worried about that, I think you really should be as clear as possible and show like if there are issues with their product, just show it out there. And if the product has a feature, and just try to list them and like shoot them as a video or image on the page and the video as much as possible, just to be really clear and be honest with your backers.
Got it. So try to be as transparent as possible and really try to show them right what you have when it comes to that.
Yep.
Um, awesome. So this has been a lot of good information. I kind of want to ask a little bit more. When it comes to you, what do you feel like you're passionate about? Because I think that to be pushing and to be marketing other people's products, I'm just kind of curious. Like for you, what is the part of the process that you enjoy most when it comes to doing a crowdfunding campaign?
As an agency,
You
we
personally.
yeah, okay. So me, I really like looking and like handling new products. That's how that really gets me motivated. And like almost all the creators that come to me or my team, they have a really good product, but they just don't know how to market. So it's really fun for me to like show them how this would actually succeed in the global market as well, and to give them more motivation to come up with new products and stuff like that. And then just to see like a creation that was created by our client like getting premiered and shown worldwide, and just seeing people love it. That's what drives me.
When did you first realize that that was something that you were, enthusiastic about, or that was something that mattered to you?
Let's see. So that happened when I was working at a different agency before I started Starget, my company. So I saw a lot of products that were competitive and were not competitive. So I really wanted to like focus on the products that are like really marketable and competitive on Kickstarter and in the global market, but that was not possible back then. So we just really wanted to focus on products that we feel passionate about, and then that's um why we started it. And that kind of motivation really came from us when we found our company like just back a year ago.
And had before you had created this company, had you launched any other companies of your own before that?
No, I actually tried to launch a travel agency in Korea because majored in hotel, restaurant, tourism management in Texas, Houston. But the COVID just struck, and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna
Bad
happen.
timing. Yeah, I can understand. Definitely bad timing, right? When it comes to that, and I think a lot of
Hmm.
people definitely resonate with that.
Yeah.
Korea is super cool, though. I mean, I would love to go and check it out at some point, and I think that's actually a really great place to do that as well, because it's kind of difficult to navigate.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. Just hit me up, man.
so when it comes to that, what really made you want to take the leap in doing your own thing? Because you could just join another agency, you could work for a bigger company, you could do a bunch of other stuff, right? Why do you really want to start your own?
Yeah. So this might sound a little stupid as a CEO, but Um, I really wanted to be passionate about products that I wanted to market with. So our team's goal was just select 6 campaigns per quarter to launch on Kickstarter. So we just really wanted to put our full efforts in, just like give in our everything just for that product. So that's the main thing. We just really wanted to focus on a product that we feel passionate about.
And for you, what kind of gets your attention, or what makes you feel passionate about a product?
You mean like what aspects of a product?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So the main thing that we look for is if the product is a problem solver. So Kitchen basically solve the issues where the backers or the users didn't have to go to a gym, and we also want to know like the clients, like how much they would be willing to put into it, like the campaign. So if they we had a lot of clients back when I was working at an agency where they had a really um, I don't know, like a stubborn mindset where they really wanted the page to look like this and the video to look like that. But we really didn't want it to do that because we are wasting our time and we are also wasting our clients' time and money. Because if we don't put in our best efforts and expertise into it, it's not going to come out to a right campaign, and they're going to be dissatisfied, and so are we. So we are really looking for a client that is actually going to like trust us like full on during the whole campaign and the video production process as well.
Okay, so basically, someone that you're passionate about is they have a product that solves a problem. They also really believe right in their project,
Hmm.
and they're willing to invest in it, and they're also willing to let someone else handle the way that it appears.
Yes.
Okay, understood.
Hmm.
Um, so just a couple more questions. When it comes to the crowdfunding industry, do you feel like there are any interesting trends or any interesting tools that you think that people are unaware of that you'd like to bring their awareness to?
Let's see. So a lot of like I used to, so as I worked at a crowdfunding funding agency like 2 years ago, like user generated content was not a big thing back then, but since the iOS update and the ads really like slowing down, we really found out like the videos that looked kind of rough, and then the videos that really kind of look honest because the UGC, like the user generated content, I think that kind of video really shows how honest and how fully functional the product is. So I think that kind of trend towards like an additional visual asset really brought a shift in the ad side and the production side as well. And let's see. And also, we had when I used to work at the other agency, we really didn't run pre-launch ads. But also after the iOS update, we found out that the we really need to run pre-launch ads before we launch because we need to get that good pixel data where the backers um are like really keen into, and then yeah, so we just really wanted to be fully prepared before our launch within the advertising side and the production side as well.
What do you think about the idea of more and more creators working with influencers?
I think it really depends because when we work with influencers, not for Kitchen, but like for other campaigns, it really depends on the client's budget. So if the client doesn't have a tremendous budget, we really don't recommend them spending like 10K, 5K on an influencer. But we do contact major influencers when we manage a campaign because we like for if we're lucky, we actually try to we get contacts from actual like major influencers and they just want to try it out for free. So
Mhm.
we always give it a shot, but we don't want to persuade them to spend like a tremendous amount of budget. So yeah.
For people out there in the audience who can't, let's just say, afford or don't want to sign up to your agency, do you have any parting advice or tips for a beginning creator in the audience in terms of how to really make sure they assemble a great campaign?
First of all, actually like, the agency and the client side is a little complicated because the main thing that we want to tell our client is to make sure that they have a sufficient ad budget before they decide to work with us or like any other agency. So they really need to have their ad budget ready because if the video is perfect and the page looks phenomenal and they don't have an ad budget to run the ads with, the campaign is done. So we just really want to let them know to choose an agency or do the production side or do it yourself or whatever, but do it within your budget and lay out each budget with each section of your campaign, and yeah, and just go with it. You don't have to. We really don't recommend like if the full budget is like 50K, using like 40K on a video, because that's not going to be able to market your product. So we really want to balance that for our clients before they join us.
Okay, and for those that are not considering joining you, or those that are beginning creators, do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, we really want to let them know that to make sure to be clear and be as detailed as possible on your device or new creation on your Kickstarter campaign, and also have a very backer friendly community on your campaign. So post frequent updates and be really responsive to comments and messages. And if you have a message with the backer that is unhappy with something, just try to solve it as much as possible.
Got it. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. My final question for you, we can end on this note, is, and you could speak directly to the audience. We can either end with a final quote, a word of encouragement, something you'd like to know, a final tip that you'd like to give the creators in the audience, or just something that someone else has told you that has kind of stuck with you over the years. Anything like that, we can end on that note.
Yeah. So as we get to see a lot of creators that are unsure about their product, but if we do see like some potential, what we say is, you never know before you try it out. So that's the one thing that we want to say.
Love it. Never know until you try, until you give it a shot.
Yep. Just take a shot.
Great, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Really appreciate it. And can't wait to see some of the more of the campaigns that you're running.
All right. Perfect. Thank you for your time as well.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast. Again, my name is Salvador Briggman, and thank you for tuning in, spending a little bit of time here with me today. The most important thing is that not only do you take away tactics, teachings, resources, and strategies from listening to this show, but you also invest in yourself. You also put yourself and your best foot forward, and you take action. Use this knowledge, use this education, and run with it. Start taking action this week towards your goals, whether that's assembling a campaign page, deciding what you're going to launch, getting more clarity about your idea, thinking about the pitch video, right? Or even developing your marketing strategy. This is one of the best things that you can do early on to make sure you're successful. I can't tell you the number of coaching students that come to me and they're like, dude, I am launching in a week. My friend, that is not enough time, right, to actually prepare a rock solid Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign. Really, I think a lot of people nowadays are spending multiple months actually putting together an effective and powerful campaign if they're looking to make significant results. And let me ask you this question. If you really do want to see results showing up in your life, doesn't it make sense to really buckle down, to become a student of the craft and actually invest in the process as you're going through it? Because let's be honest, you're already putting lots of time, energy, effort into this sucker. You're already learning as much as you can. If you really want to upgrade that even more, the best investment which you can make is an individual one-on-one coaching call with me, yours truly. So if you've been enjoying the podcast, or you've been enjoying my audiobooks or my YouTube channel, and you want to kind of upgrade, you want to take that next step and really want me to look over your entire strategy, to give you advice every step of the way, to introduce you to other people in the industry, to tell you about resources that you don't even freaking know about, or even to decide if this is the right path for you to go down when it comes to your product or your company, you got to book an individual intensive one-on-one coaching call with me. So if you're interested in doing that, I'm going to give you a link and you can go to this, you can fill out the form and you can book that individual coaching call ASAP. That link, if you're ready to write it down, is crowdcrux.com/coaching. Just go to this link at crowdcrux.com/coaching, at crowdcrux.com/coaching. Fill out that form and you can tell me a little bit more about what you're trying to accomplish, how much you're trying to raise, and more about your product or your project. And we can get that call scheduled ASAP, and also give you some great action items and homework, and maybe even potentially work with me on your launch in many different forms, in many different ways. Guys, I hope you've really enjoyed this episode, and go and check out some of the other ones that are out there. If you are a longtime listener and you've gotten a lot of value or nuggets of gold when it comes to crowdfunding, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to really what you got to do to bring your product or your idea into the world, and you value this show, please take a second to leave a positive rating and review on iTunes. It would mean the world to me. It's a great pat on the back. That's also just a nice way to say thank you. But I hope that you've been doing awesome, man. Can't wait to sync up next week. Stay tuned for my next episode. Again, this is Sal, and I will see you next time.